Hello, Ice and Fire Miniatures Wargamers, Kullvox coming to you with some custom content for Ice and Fire Trading Miniatures game by Simon. I'm happy to announce new releases of the House Tully and House Tyrell custom factions for the game, now fully compatible with Season 6 and available for you to download by PDF and print and play yourself in the link below. I'm also happy to tell you that thanks to our friend Funar for technical support and Leon over at the Tabletop Simulator Ice and Fire project, we are about to have full compatibility with House Tully and Tyrell in the Tabletop Simulator module for the game. So go ahead and hop on TTS and look for the toggle custom content switch and get spawning up those House Tyrell and House Tully armies and battling with your friends. I can't wait to get into some deep dive analysis on both factions at a later date, but I'm going to do a quick run through for now to get you up to speed. The fan-made House Tyrell has been around for a while thanks to the wonderful Stormlord and his efforts in creating the faction. He has passed the torch and I am now developing the faction going forward. If you've ever had a chance to play House Tyrell before, many things are going to be the same. Here we have some of the commanders. We've got the classic Loras Tyrell, pretty much unchanged from House Baratheon. We've got the mounted Sir Loras Tyrell, which gives you some cavalry list building options. Here we have a new commander. This is Leighton Hightower, Lord of Hightower. He's an NCU commander, so if you think like Doran Martell, who has that field counterpart in Ario Hota, similarly, Leighton Hightower has his field counterpart in his eldest son, Baylor Hightower. So here we have both of them. Their sub-faction has a strong theme of zone control and NCU play. Moving on, we have Garland Tyrell, who is the older brother of Loras, of course, a very aggressive commander. We've got Mace Tyrell with some interesting healing mechanics, the Bard of Highgarden. We have Randall Tarley, a very intimidating foe to face. He's got some themes of movement trickery and condition play. And then we have this new addition with Paxter Redwine, Lord of the Arbor. So he's got some archer type play where he has elements inspired by Jokin. He also has some siege play where he's firing from his famous Redwine Navy, similar to Othel play. And of course, there's even a little inspiration from Mag the Mighty's tactics cards that you can find in there. Looking at named attachments, we've got Eric and Arik, the twin brother guards of Olenna. They've got a little trick that lets them play in the same unit if they're used together. We've got Dickon Tarley, never seen too far from Randall Tarley. We've got a new addition here with Hyle Hunt, a huge character from A Feast for Crows. We've got the Tyrell Captain of the Guards, Aegon Virwell. We've got John Fossaway, and a little later on here, his brother Tanton Fossaway, representing both branches of the green and red apple Fossaways. We have, yes, yet another version of Loras the Third Rose, for if you're going to use him, but not as a commander in the faction. We've got Talbot Seri from that legendary moment in the books where Victarion fights Talbot in that epic naval battle in the Shield Islands. You'll recognize the classics here with Pikeman Captain and Thornwatch Sentinel, but we have some additional generic attachments as well. We've got the new Arbor Lookout with a really neat trick for turning short range into long range attacks. We've got the Mander Officer for that mobility play. And we've also got the Tyrell Captain, a cavalry attachment for helping you build out those cavalry armies. Now with our Tarley Gatekeeper here, I want to segue into an expansion of the Tarley sub-faction. We've added the Tarley Gatekeeper, as you can see, and he is a great complement to go with the new House Tarley Enforcers to sort of build out that sub-faction, give you more options for House Tarley play. Here you can see the House Redwine Marines. Of course, a great addition to play in your armies with Paxter Redwine and combined with the Arbor Lookout if you're so inclined. We've got a new unit here with the Men of the Shields. The Men of the Shields are a custom and slightly improved version of Men of the Mander, which you can only play if you have Talbot Seri in your army and attached to that unit. Sir Loras Tyrell's solo rider, the tournament champion, remains in the faction, but now is joined by a generic solo rider in the form of Tyrell Captain. So Tyrell Captain can be played now as a solo rider or as a cav attachment. Think Dragonstone Noble or Night's Watch Watch Marshal. Rounding out that House Hightower sub-faction for now is the House Hightower Guards. You'll see a little bit of inspiration from Stormcrow Archers in there, heavy emphasis on zone control play. All this talk about House Hightower wouldn't be complete if we didn't also reference the Citadel. So in terms of NCUs, we now include the Seneschal of the Citadel. The sort of administrator of the Citadel there is Meister Theobald. We've also got this NCU version of Paxter Redwine, along with all the other classic NCUs that were already included in House Tyrell. Butterbumps, Maester Gorman, Marjorie Tyrell, Olenna Tyrell, we've got them all. Moving on to House Tully, we've got a whole nother stash of commanders. Of course, we've got Brynden Tully, the Warden of the Southern Marches here. And of course, he is just taunting Jaime Lannister to no end. We've got Edmure Tully, that really aggressive frontline commander. Somebody's got to rein him in. We've got the Lord Paramount himself, Hoster Tully, of course, the NCU commander. Think Doran and Areo Hota from House Martell. Of course, Hoster has his counterpart out on the field in Carol Vance, a super strong combination. You've got Jason Mallister, Lord of Seaguard, with a lovely way to get battle endurance onto a unit right off the bat. We've got Shella Wint giving us some panic and morale debuff options for the faction. She also gets a unique bodyguard in Willis Woad if you play her commander version. And then the classic rivals which were added in the last update. Of course, Jonas Bracken, the Red Stallion, and Titus Blackwood, the Onyx Raven. Titus, a cavalry commander with swift strike. Enemies make way for House Tully Cavaliers. Coming down to our unique attachments here, we have the mounted Brynden Tully, who has been reduced from 2 points down to 1, and retitled the Outrider's Bane to a little better describe his role on the battlefield. We've got Desmond Grell, the Master at Arms, great for archers. We've got Harry Rivers repping the House Bracken affiliation, despite the name. We've got an attachment version of Jason Mallister, as well as Jonas Bracken. We've got Titus Blackwood's son, Lucas Blackwood, now rocking some enhanced mobility and carrying the family name. We've got an attachment version of Mark Piper and an attachment version of Patrick Mallister. Pairs great when his father is playing commander. We've got the Captain of the Guards, Robin Reiger, attachment Titus Blackwood, and then moving on to the generic attachments, we've got that Eagle Knight Captain, pairs really well with the House Mallister Eagle Guardians. We've got the Harrenhal Headsman for when you're doubling down on panic. We've got Mallister Shield Bearer. We have Raven's Talon and Stonehenge Stallion to boost up those Blackwood and Bracken armies, and we've got the River Run Sentry. Attachments are where House Tully saw the most tweaking for Season 6, of course. They've been lots of fun in testing so far, and we're eager to hear the results of everyone hopping on TTS, running them yourself, and letting us know what you think. No changements to the NCU roster here. Of course, we've got very powerful 5-point Edmure NCU. We've got Lyman Derry, who was the latest addition. We've got Mark Piper for a little bit of crown play. Rosalind Frey, there's just, what can you say about Rosalind other than ouch? Of course, Ryman the Rhymer on the harp. Shella Wint, if you choose to play her as an NCU rather than a commander. Other rides, Wayne and Vyman. For units, other than the standard CMON units, we've got Blackfish's Riders, which must of course include Brynden Tully's mounted version, now a little bit cheaper. A nasty way to keep fast enemy cavalry in check. We've got the House Blackwood Prowlers, who want to keep their enemies at a distance and unengaged. We've got House Bracken Dragoons, who want to do the exact opposite. They want to get in there, be engaged with the enemy, and gang up. And a personal favorite of mine, the House Mallister Eagle Guardians, who want to come in at the last minute, save the day, and counter all those nasty condition play commanders that we all hate to fight against. They have been tweaked so that they stay a pretty straight up parallel to the Casterly Rock Honor Guard. The Mallisters, of course, having a lot of options with the pre-existing House Mallister Marksman and House Mallister Watchman. And then, of course, we have these units from the original release. We've got the Knights of the Trident, a solid support cavalry. We've got the River Run Defenders, a Pavis crossbow unit. What's that? A ranged unit that can block on 3+? Could it be? It could. it's the River Run Defenders. We've got Tully Great Swords, an aggressive infantry unit, and of course the 5-point Tully Yeoman to round out the roster. So that's a quick rundown of both new custom factions. I really hope that you hop on, either download the PDF and play them in person, or hop on Tabletop Simulator and play them there. I can tell you that I am in communication with Chris at A Song of Ice and Fire Sim.com. If that's your preferred way to play online, that process is in the works, and at some point we think that it's going to be possible to get both factions on that platform as well. For now, I want to thank Shane over at Boardman Gaming for paving the way when it comes to custom factions and showing us all how it's done. If you haven't seen his material, it's fantastic. Go over to his website and check it out in the link below. Thanks to Stormlord for getting things kicked off with House Tyrell before passing it over. Again, thanks to Funarf and Leon for technical assistance and getting this project into Tabletop Simulator. You guys can all catch me on Discord, whether it's on the official Ice and Fire server or anywhere else. Feel free to message me, talk to factions, tell me your experiences. And if you're interested in becoming a regular tester and really having a hand in the direction of both factions as they're developed into the future, don't hesitate to reach out, start testing, and letting me know your experiences. I'm happy to hear about all the fun battles that are going to come out of the Reach and the Riverlands. Have fun and enjoy this custom content. Thanks.